First things first, gentlemen, we are in some serious Coomer territory. Goddamn. Alright, but with that being said, today's patch literally made one of my favorite builds even better. If you've been on the channel for a little while, you've seen that I made the Longbow Untamed build that literally got buffed today. Reason being is that Quick Draw now gives you quickness on weapon swap. Because, yeah, I guess. So I kind of want to go over this one more time and then show you some of the new things I learned, because I actually figured out how to make this even more effective from somebody in the YouTube comments, and we'll see if I can still do the combo, because it's been a little while since I've played this build. So the general point of this build is that I have two longbows here. You'll see that I have the exact same skin on each one, and both are running Frenzy, Nullification, and then one has Bloodlust on it as well. Reason being is that when you're switching through your longbows, you'll be triggering the Let Loose trait right here, which is the reason that this works. Essentially, the goal is to use multi-shot, which if we weapon swap here after being in combat, you'll see we'll do a little multi-shot that can hit multiple targets here as well. The reason being is that will reduce the cooldown of all of your other abilities. So in this case, if we rapid fire, you'll see it'll go on cooldown, a weapon swap, and then we'll use our multi-shot, and it will make it so rapid fire will get a shorter cooldown again. But, like I said, in this case, we'll now get quickness when we weapon swap and do that same combo. So we're going to open with our auto shot to get us into combat, then we rapid fire, and then we weapon swap, and then we do it again. Now, if we switch our pet to be our untamed, what even is this? Unleash, I think, right? If we make it so that our pet is unleashed, we can actually get another.
Fury is mine.
Oh, sorry, it's been a while since I've done that. You can get another unleash to reset it even more, which is just so dumb. That's so dumb. Now this has quickness, brother? You've gotta be kidding. This is illegal. Like, I'm sorry. It automatically will fire the entire barrage without me having to do a damn thing. This is disgusting. I'm sorry. This is illegal. Like, who thought this was okay? So I just, like, bro, that is unfair. That is unfathomably unfair. Okay, let me show you the build. I'm gonna have so much fun with this later. Okay, so the reason that this works is, like I said, we're combining the Untamed Unleash with Let Loose here, which will make it so that the Unleashed Ambush skill, which is the multi-shot like I was showing you there, will trigger whenever you swap weapons. So we're using two longbows to make it so you flip over to the other longbow, it'll give you the multi-shot, which you combine with rapid fire, and using rapid fire with the quick draw cooldown reduction to make it have 66% less cooldown. Now, like I was saying, the fun thing that I learned is that if you actually unleash the pet first, in this case, you can then swap the unleash back to you and get another multi-shot on top of that, which is what I just did earlier. Which now all has quickness. This is so illegal. Like, okay, sure, I guess, whatever. So, yeah, I am mind blown, honestly. So, the build itself, we go for marksmanship up top, skirmishing, and untamed. Skirmishing and untamed are both a hard requirement, since obviously you need quick draw and you need let loose, and then marksmanship is just the best across the board, because you're going to want to pick up lead the wind for reduced overall cooldown on your rapid fire, just to make it even better. And in this case, I also have sharpened edges, so that the crits will give you bleed. You could play it Celestial if you want to. I just play Berserker and absolutely murk everything anyways, because it's just more fun that way. You also gain Fury when you swap weapons in combat from Furious Grip, and Swiftness, because fuck you, I guess. Bleeding you inflict is more dangerous. You can also opt for more power from Strider's Strength here, if you just want even more damage. Certain pets will gain extra bonuses, or beast skills will grant you Fury. In this case, I think Strider's Strength is probably the best option, just for raw flat power, but I mean, I'm going a little bit of a hybrid setup just for the fun of it. I like having bleed arrows, personally. And then you'll deal increased damage while striking from behind or the side, or when striking a defiant foe. So in this case, I should be able to Or drop combat here, and let's see how much damage I can do. Will it drop me out of combat? Ah, there we go. Going up to the top here, you'll gain might when you strike a foe based off their health percentage, and then opening strike is kind of a meme. It doesn't really make a big difference. And then you'll deal increased damage from farther away, since like I said, you're going to start with your long range shot, your auto attack, try and get yourself into combat so then you can trigger things and do some crazy damage, because the unleash only goes off, I believe, while you're in combat. Unless you unleash via the unleash ranger option here. And everything else is just kind of utility. If we go down to Untamed, you have Unleashed Ambush skills deal more damage. Then you have Unleashed Ambush skills remove boons from enemies, which makes doing anything in Janther Wilds exceptionally easy, or anything in later game content, because most stuff in the later game content will have protection or resolution. So protection gets automatically ripped 24/7, and then resolution also gets automatically ripped pretty much 24/7. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll deal increased strike damage while you're unleashed, because fuck you, that's why. And, yeah, that's pretty much the setup. The rest of it is just extra utility, extra damage. Exploding Spores and Frost Trap is kind of the highest damage option you can get. This will break bars with the Defiance Break on there. And this is just the only power trap Ranger gets. And then I run Search and Rescue in the open world to be able to resurrect anyone who's down, and Strength of the Pack will give you stability for any of the like mechanics and whatnot that you run into, and then We Heal as One will dupe your boons, which in this case will now dupe quickness to my pet. This is illegal. Okay, let's try this again. So, from the back here, we are going to pop Strength of the Pack, then I'm going to unload. Hang on, I'm figuring out the rotation myself now. I'm gonna pop Strength of the Pack, I'm gonna unload the Rapid Fire, I'm gonna swap the Unleash onto myself, I'm gonna weapon swap the Unleash, which should then reduce the cooldown again, which then cut this in half to 4 seconds because of Quick Draw. And then I switch the Unleash over again. I should be able to do it, I should be able to cycle it again. Okay, let's try. Auto to get in combat. And then we flip the Unleash, give it a second, flip the Unleash, and now I have Quickness, we'll dupe the boons, flip the Unleash back again. Oh, I did it too fast. That's fine. Flip the Unleash in the middle of this. Oh, I did it too quick again, damn. Okay, we'll give it a second to reset. Weird. I mean, it works for like the first rotation, then the second rotation gets a little bit spicy with it. So we flip. Give it a second. Should allow me to get another rapid fire here. This is actually illegal now that it gives me the cooldown cut, because the problem I was having before was that since it didn't have quickness, you couldn't actually get the like multiple rapid fires in the right windows potentially. Like if you screwed up the timing too much, then it would make it so that you could only get like one rapid fire in specific windows. But now that that's not the case, it's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie, because this has like an internal cooldown. Yeah, it has 9-second internal cooldown on this, but this skips that. But it has like its own internal cooldown, like the ambush from the Unleash has like its own internal CD. Yeah, Unleash attack window. Is it 9 seconds, 4 seconds? Are they on the same cooldown? Is that what it is? Weird. Okay, so one more time for showcase sake. Switch to Unleash. Switch weapons. Illegal. Absolutely illegal. So yeah, that is that's the buffs to Longbow Ranger. Have fun with that, fellas.